Hey guys, GMAN here, and welcome back to another anime reaction. Today, we're reacting to episode 11 of Reincarnated the 7th Prince. I think this is like the second to last episode of the anime, and today we're gonna get into the main big fight of our boy Lloyd against the Necromancer, because the last like 4 or 5 episodes, they've been building up to us and having like side characters fight. So I think today's the day. We get to finally see what actually happens against the Necromancer, because the first like start of the fight, Lloyd absolutely bodied the guy, shish kebabbed him, and turned him into actual kebab. But, you know, it wasn't that easy. Somehow, he shrugged it off and like, okay, you know, I'm going to go into phase 2 of the boss mode. So, I'm really curious to see how this episode turns out here today. If you guys enjoy my anime reaction, though, you want to see the full length reaction, because I will be breaking this down for YouTube, consider supporting me on Patreon. Get full length anime reactions, exclusive anime reactions, and so much more. And of course, I will be reacting to a ton of new anime for actually fall coming up here for 2025, which I'm looking forward to it. So if you don't want to miss out on anime, definitely get subscribed, because there's a lot of bangers. For right now, though, let's jump into it. Okay, let's get into it. Bro, I'm so hyped. The last episode was so fire, bro. The fight between Graham versus Black Dragon was interesting. So it looks like he defeated all the subordinates. What? What is he doing now? That was 100% some boss monsters that he just threw down. The henchmen monsters. What the hell? Bro just saw some S-rank bosses on the surface. Dude, Lloyd is so mad at this guy. I feel like Lloyd wants this guy to stop fighting to talk about magic with him. And every single time Lloyd tries to talk, be like, hey, you know, we could stop fighting and talk about research. But it has this one agenda of destroying the kingdom, and he's just like, Lloyd's just like getting mad at this fact that he just cannot work with this guy. It's killing him. It's making him so mad. It's actually hilarious. Bro's not gonna let him teleport because he needs to focus the teleport. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, teleportation magic Lloyd has is probably the most OP magic. My question is, he's gonna deal with these things, because I know like the Angel and Grim are probably the most two capable of taking care of these S-rank monsters. Dude, Lloyd's just evading these swords, bro. I get some Shitara vibes from these swords, bro. What was that name of that weapon that the Empress of Lights drops? I forget. That's the first thing I think of any single time I see swords used in this manner. Is Lloyd just gonna toggle at this point? Well, that's not good. The bishop who was supposed to be on her team is gonna get taken out by the monster. What? Bro's going free for all now, I guess? I don't know how singing and stuff's gonna affect the monsters, but it looks like they're trying to do something with this. Damn, that looks really freaking good. Where all the budget went for this season, the last 2 episodes. I don't know if this is gonna affect the monsters. Is it like high tier purification magic, or like is it just gonna like make everyone be like, nah, let's not fight? What? Wait, how is this guy affected? Looks like something was history is what the what? Hey yo, what? Bro, Bro said, "Held up, I'm gonna take advantage of you in this peaceful moment." That's so funny. So literally her singing makes everyone becomes peaceful and calm and don't want to fight, even monsters. And boys like, except me though, I'm gonna take advantage of this wholeheartedly and like, these guys are quick. Which is, bro, what a menace. Bro's mad, bro. He got no diff. Time for the final fight. Here we go. Here's the main fight. I thought for a second that we're gonna only have a build-up fight again. I was about to say, are you freaking kidding me? Who's the new character we're gonna introduce now? Also, so wait. So Bishop was somebody who handed Pope this guy. And he realized he has to clean up for this guy's mess, for his mess he's created, because he gave this guy the power to become Pope. So he has to clean up his mess now. Who cannot sing. This guy had a loving family in the past, I guess? Bro cannot sing for crap. Bro cannot sing, and he got the attention of an angel, bro. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So even do like you suck, but hey, at least you're doing a good job. Interesting. What happened to him that caused him to go rogue if he's got special permission for dry magic? Wait. So Dante and this guy were pals in the past? So wait, this guy. Oh, so wait, this is the same guy who's been playing Pope, and he knows the king. Like, what happened to go rogue then? So it looks like he was always a good guy. So what caused him to go rogue then? Wait. Oh my god. What? So the guy literally was so kind, so cool. But of course, like, he got taken advantage of and came back home one day and literally some poor guy literally broke into his house, killed his children, and left his starving kid outside the watch, and he thought he was helping somebody, but in actuality, he got, yeah. He was trying to be helpful, and of course, there's an unfortunate twist of fate. So when he found out he was trying to be helpful to someone, he didn't realize it was bad. That's somebody who was bad. Oh. So the girl, the blindfold girl, is the one girl he saved originally, but her father killed his family because he wanted food, but he still died of starvation, and he was ignorant. His own ignorance didn't care about forgiving his sins, and he couldn't cure his sins because that's how he was. So, yeah, yeah, that is unfortunate, bro. That's dark. I thought maybe his son would turn into a monster or something, went rogue with that, but I was not expecting him to be like, oh yeah, my wife and daughter got killed by some person who he was saving, and in actuality he couldn't save in the first place because the person didn't care. That's twisted. Bro just bored from the backstory. Lloyd just like GB form be like, nah, I don't care, bro. We just fight or talk about research.
突然喋り出しやがってこんな顔してるんだぞお前暗いし長いしなんかモノクロになってるしただの第七王子にそんな話をされても困るええわかりますさぞ耳が痛いことで
I find it so funny that like Lloyd does not care. Lloyd does not care. And he thinks now this kid's a god.
私が今に至るまでのすべてを
Lloyd's just mad at him because like, he thinks he's a god or something like that.
はいはい、分かったから早く来い。
覚悟、神とは言葉の通じぬものですか。
お前にだけは言われたくねえ。
Bruh.
らしい歌声。
歌姫イーシャ様が奇跡を起こしてくださった。
Are we gonna get the main fight or not today?
この歌は今みんなの心を支えている。
This girl's slowly pushing herself to keep everyone calm with her ability. So it looks like everyone's fighting until she stops singing. Because her singing is literally keeping one from getting murdered.
虹は立つ。そう信じて。
What?
イーシャはいい声が出てると思わないか？姉さんもすごい。練習の時よりキレまくりだ。なあ、俺は一番にお前に聞いてほしいんだ。
何を
Oh my god, wait.
歌に合わせて打ってやる。よく聞けよ。
Bro. Bro's matching the beat the song to cut him. What?
何が起きてる。空間転移の応用技か。いや、あれには猶予があるはず。
隠遁者×魔術、失踪×魔術。物理的に見えない魔術と早すぎて見えない魔術。シンプルだが厄介だろ。失踪追求、隠遁火球。
Bro, what?
面白いな。
当たって初めて反応できるほどのステルス魔術か。だが無駄。
That's actually insane that he makes a new spell that literally cannot be detected or like evaded.
脊髄結界。よし、反射できない技では。
隠遁失踪度球。おお、脊髄師も使えるのか。ますますイケドリだな。
ギリギリ反射できた。
Bro's literally just treating him out as a lab rat, bro. Bro wants to keep him alive.
するのだ。集中。
Bro can't focus on fighting because of this lady. Oh, and he got shish kebabbed again.
なんだこれは。脊髄師が反応する間もなく断ち切られた。後部が光を失うほどの魔力濃度。
お前ごときの物差しで魔術の深淵は測れない。
こんなわけのわからないものに私の数十年が否定される。こんな。
I find it so funny is like mana is taking a physical form with the Lux.
言えばお前言ったそうだな。心は急所になり得ないとか。一応試してみるか。
Bro.
神？
尾行。
I don't think he's walking that one off. Okay, so that was episode 11 of Reincarnated 7 Prince. I'm not gonna lie, we got one more episode left. I'm not gonna lie, I was so confused with what this episode's gonna be about at like midway through. Because like the beginning of the episode was like, oh my god, our boy's gonna get into the main fight. And of course, like something goes wrong. It's not as easy as taking out all the boss monsters he had, like not boss monsters, I say his apprentices and stuff left over. And of course, all of them are like cooked. This is when he says, okay, I'm gonna pull a Cell moment. I'm gonna make Cell you juniors, but he made like S rank monsters, which is just like, okay, that's insane. And keep in mind, everyone's already really worn out. So then he just throwing those S rank monsters makes it almost impossible for anyone to do anything, and everyone's super weak already. So this girl Esther started singing, and of course we know her singing ability lets you to calm people down, even some supposedly monsters. It wasn't really confirmed, but like the guy was slowed down anytime they sing like for the Lemia, the Lemia, the snake girl. We'll just say snake girl. So it looks like when she started singing, she literally made all the monsters stop moving for a second there. And it doesn't matter what you are, if you're human, a monster, or even a chimera, or someone who's emotionless, as long as you have some form of a heart, you're gonna probably get affected by this. And of course, they stop moving, no one starts fighting. And our boy's like, oh yeah, her ability's so cool, isn't it? It negates, like, it makes everyone super calm and super relaxed. But me, I'm over here like, bro just like clapped all those monsters in an instant. And even when the guy who's a necromancer was slowed down because of this too. And him just like shifting from this really calm, soothing moment to this really like Lloyd locks the frick in moment to like a menace. That transition was clean as hell. And bro absolutely cooks those things, by the way. But we do finally get the backstory from the necromancer. I thought originally what it was like, oh, the necromancer had a son, his son became a monster, he tried to save his son, didn't work out, blah 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 blah. Or maybe his son became the Pope because he can mimic things, because we know that's what he can do, he can mimic how he looks. But we now know the full story to this. Long story short, we have, oh, okay, so necromancer had a loving family, he couldn't sing particularly the best, but he was in faith, doing everything right for this church. So, oh, of course, he can't sing. And the angel, Jabriel, is like, you can't sing for a squat diggity dog. And I thought that was absolutely hilarious. He's like, I'm so sorry, sir. I am so sorry. He's like, so, you can't sing, but I like what you're doing. So here's special, you get a specialty privilege to, like, use divine magic as however you want. Which is actually insane to think about, that like, that guy was such a G that Jabriel even noticed. But then on top of it too, we find out like, oh, this guy's been using the magic to help people out. We figure out Dante was a hooligan who got straightened out by our boy because like he needed to help him on out. And now Dante is like one of his people he works with, and he's OP. Dante's really OP. He's just like his own little domain expansion kind of shit. And that area monster kind of got cooked for a second there. I'm pretty confident to say, if Dante fought that S-rank monster with its head on, I think he would still win. Just kind of like based on what's going on, because it seems like Dante was really OP at first, and he just wasn't really trying at all in this whole fight. But now that he realizes the Pope's behind everything, and he was giving the Pope, he gave the Pope the current power because he was like a friend. He like appointed him as Pope and all that jazz. He's like, oh, it's my responsibility to clean up after my friend's mess. So it looks like the guy's gonna kick in, and it's interesting that he also recognizes the girl who uses poison magic, that she's like, she could be a really good church member, because like she's really like self-sacrificing, but also she has her own like guilties and stuff like that, and he recognizes that fact because he sees something in her like him. I presume that's what we're getting from that, which is interesting. But yo, Dante's a menace. I thought Dante was gonna be a bad guy because just based on his name, Dante's Inferno, all that jazz, it seemed kind of like something was related to that. But no, we figure out what's going on. He's actually a G. So now we have our boy versus the guy, and the fight starts off like bro just throwing swords. We get his backstory and stuff, and we figure out, oh, so like, oh, this is originally what happened. Long story short, the girl who's the bishop, who he has working with her, was actually someone who was outside of his house one day, and he went to go rescue her because like, oh, he's gonna be a good guy, he's gonna bring her in, treat her as family, and adopt her. But shit hits the fan real quick when he realizes, when she says the following, my father told me to watch outside for people coming by for this house. Red bells, right off the rip. Massive red bells. And he finds out that literally her father murdered his family. Then on top of that, ate all their food. And he was like, oh, he was like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. So he's gonna try to purify this guy and get rid of the darkness in his heart. But the bro had no remorse and no guilt. He just did not care. So no matter how many times he cleansed him, it didn't matter because there was nothing to cleanse in the first place, because he didn't feel guilty about what he did. And literally, he tried to save this guy, but he couldn't save this guy, and he just dies afterward. And Bros was like, what? Like, that is like a cruel twist of fate. Like, insane. So that's how he became a monster. And yeah, now he's gonna verse the boy Lloyd, and I thought we weren't gonna get the fight for a second there, but as soon as our boy's like, dude, I do not care about your backstory, and this guy thinks Lloyd, keep in mind, is already a god at this point because he's got a demon and angel on the side, so it kind of seems like 2 and 2. And so when he says I do not care, the necromancer's like, oh, because you're a god, you don't care. And completely, that makes sense. And Lloyd's just like, bro, that's not why. I want to talk to you about research stuff, because that's the only thing Lloyd wants to talk about. He does not care about anything else but his own research. So when he sees this guy starting to fight him, Lloyd's just, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna pop off now. He really buys this guy, shish kebabs this guy, throws a meteor at this guy, tests out new invisible magic that can teleport instantly into your opponent at faster than reaction time. And then he does all this other stuff. And at this point, his own mana that we see like in the first season, where like, oh, when the Grim or somebody touches him to steal his power, you see like this mana and like all this mana shows around him. But now he's able to use that mana with necromancer magic plus on top of the holy magic to make a physical form for it. So he literally can make his own like giant monster out of his own mana, which is hilarious. And at this point, the guy's just like, I'm probably cooked. And Lloyd's not gonna let this guy get off the hook for free because he wants to research him or like keep him as a lab rat at this point, because he's just like, oh, you're interesting, bro. Because that's the only thing he wants to talk to somebody he loves magic. Because Lloyd wanted to talk to somebody like Jade, who's like a genius when it comes to magic. So Lloyd wants a friend like that. And the first person he found like that, it's already dead, and he's absolutely livid about that. And then the second person he finds is just like doesn't want to talk to him at all. So Lloyd just like mad because like he can't talk to this guy. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next episode. But I'll see you guys back here for some anime, okay? Cool.